Alright, YouTube, 116 Falconer. I got the charging port and the new power button for the hoverboard or balance board or smart drifting scooter. I was freaking blown away. I ordered them Sunday night. They came out of California, and this is Wednesday morning, and they showed up in my mailbox in New York State, Western New York, so not all the way to that freaked up East Coast, but so here's the new pieces. I was going to resolder the wires on the old charging port just for turds and giggles, but no use. I mean, these come in nice looking stuff. The power button, you can see there's no tape on it. The wires haven't been cut through. The charge port wires are clean. And again, like I say, if you find your wires come off, all right, and you don't want to spend 13 bucks, and you have a, I don't know, this is a 4-wire plug right here. The red wires go onto the number 2 pin. I don't know if you can see that. And the 2 black go onto the number 1. The number 3 pin is left vacant. So, just so you know. And then they just plug in. Right there is where the power button goes, and right down there is where the charge port plugs in at. The LED light plugs in here, which I have here that I resoldered that. I put hot glue around there. Hot glue is non-conductive, so you know, I just put it around there in case they do happen to come loose again. Hopefully the little stick on there so you won't have bare wires bouncing around in there. So we're going to get her together and try it out, make sure everything works. If not, I'm going to have to order that kit with the new board in here. Like I said in my last video, you can see a transistor down here. Looks like it was shorted. Let me find something I can point with here. Or arced. You can see that black right here in the corner of that transistor. So I don't know, you know, I don't know if that's screwed up anything or not, but we'll find out. I'm going to run these through, and then I'm going to put a dab of super glue to hold the nuts, because in addition to the nut being off from the charging port, it was just bouncing around in there around the circuit board. The power button, the nut there was like half off, you know, so it would have taken just a little bit of bouncing around, and that would have probably came crashing down, you know, and again bouncing around in there. So I'm just gonna snug these up. It's not the right tool for the job, but it'll work. Alright. That's on there good and tight. Now I'm going to do they have a super glue on the threads. And I'll let that set up for like a half hour. Okay, so this is set up for about a half hour now with the super glue in here. I put the LED light back in, which is just loosening up these two screws and popping it out. Alright, so let's get her hooked up. I'm going to hook up this side first, and then I'll do the battery side. So, need to run you in there. Get you in. Now the release clip on the charging port goes towards the capacitors. It's on the capacitor side. Alright, you're in. Now this one's the opposite. The power button, the clip is on the is facing the tire. Alright, now we'll get this down here. Make sure we're not pinching anything. Alright, so now the two on the outside, here and here, are again the like the tappers, because they're going into plastic. The ones on the inside are machine thread, because they're going into the aluminum body. There's 9 total on each side. Alright, so we'd be good there. Now I'm going to plug the battery in. Let me see here. And then we'll flop it over. And check the charger here. Alright, so we get you there, you're up here. So I don't know if there's an indicator light. I know there's a battery light here and like a balance light here. I don't know if there's a light to tell you if it's charging. The charger is lit up. I don't know if you can see that or not. We'll see here. I gotta find somebody to take this thing for a rip. I'm gonna put the other side over where the battery goes. Plug you in. This is for that LED. There, now see, that's snapping in. The new ones I got weren't snapping in place like that, which has me a little confused. Alright, so we got that. I don't know if we can fire it up and Well, that LED's working there. And we'll look the other side. Alright. Well, it appears to be working, so I'm going to try to find somebody to drive it, and we'll be back. See ya, bitches. Okay, so we got the hoverboard put together. I found somebody to try operating it. So we're going to go by the directions here. Okay. Start the smart drifting scooter, press the power switch. Driving to the trigger switch operation indicator light on single foot mat. Automatic balancing system into the state. Maintain smooth fuselage on the other foot after can operate. Manipulation of the drifting scooters are successful standing balance of center of gravity. The body to control the smart drifting scooter forward or backward. Remember that the body movement range is too big. Alright, you got that?
Yeah.
You understand fucking directions?
Casey, watch out.
I told you to fucking wait a minute.
I was trying to at least figure out how to balance on it. Oh my god. Fucking thing's nerve-wracking.
Don't be a puss, man. Get on there, barely put your foot on there.
That's what I'm doing.
Obviously not. You almost had it, man. Come on, Dee Dee, get out of the way.
Because it's got a mind of its own.
Alright, try it one more time here.
This. Nope.
You gotta turn your feet. You gotta pull one forward, one backwards to go different directions.